I absolutely do not give a shit. Even long-term girlfriend, even women that I'm in love with, that I'm even thinking of starting a family with, I don't give a fuck what she thinks of me as a man. Now, if she has some feedback on me as a human being, if she says, you keep talking about wanting to get in shape, but then we go to the grocery store and you buy bullshit, you buy Doritos or whatever. Okay, I can listen to that. But if a woman says something like, and this is a common things that women will say, well, you're afraid of commitment. A guy who doesn't want to necessarily settle down and be with one woman, women will all say, oh, he's immature. He's still a boy. He's afraid of commitment. No, he just likes new pussy. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's why the human race is still here. The human race dwindled, they think, to about 30,000 people worldwide around the end of the last ice age. There was a big catastrophe that ended the ice age. And with all this environmental natural, food resources became very scarce, had to move around. The human race hit a bottleneck. And they think that the reason why that, for example, women are essentially fertile, can get pregnant year-round, except for a couple days during their period. That's different from the rest of the animal kingdom, well, at least mammals. Mammals have estrus. Women don't. Humans don't. So and also men and women are wired to, women especially, and we're learning that now through real scientific research by women at the highest levels of research institutions, academia, etc., that women want variety just as much as men do. Humans are horny animals. The human penis proportionally is the biggest penis on a male or on a mammal. Out of all the animals in the mammal, whatever species or genus, whatever you call it. So, and they think the reason for that is female selection, pleasure, right? Your sex drive is good, but we've been trained to think that your sex drive is a bad thing. That men are dogs, right? That to want to fuck a woman is sleazy. Well, if you think about, let's say you're at Starbucks or wherever, and you see an attractive woman. Well, she's in her yoga pants, great ass, nice curves, pretty face. Every guy in there is looking at her, but none of them talk to her. None of them actually interrupt her for the sexual intention. And I'm going to talk about interrupting in a second. What essentially all these guys doing is they're acting gay. They're acting like they're either gay or even asexual, even though they're not. Because society has taught men that to be sexually interested in a woman is a bad thing. Underlying all that is the idea that women aren't sexual, and that's extremely, extremely dehumanizing and demeaning to women. To think that as a man approaching a woman with a sexual intention is somehow bad for her is actually dehumanizing to the woman. It undermines the fact that, hey, that woman might actually like sex. This attack on male sexuality is also an attack on women. It's an undermining of women's sexuality. And of course, there's a line where approaching a woman can become disrespectful. But there's absolutely nothing disrespectful about letting a woman know that she turns you on, that you like how she looks, and you are interested in fucking her if you guys get along. Of course, you wouldn't say that, and that's just because of our culture. Our culture says that it's disrespectful to go up to somebody and say, yeah, I would love to fuck you. Even though, where's the disrespect there? And then we can look at our culture, we can look at that are used in our culture. A great way to understand culture is to look at the lexicon. What's the worst insult you can say to somebody? Fuck you. But it could just as well be the best compliment you could give somebody. I'm trying to put a box for it. And I'm trying to point out that, number one, it's just a box. And by showing you these different words and these different dynamics in our culture, I'm trying to point out the dimensions of the box in a way, the sort of the psychological boundaries that you've been put in. And it's understand accept them because you got everyone telling you that this is right.